Seraphine led her small group of 5 through the deadlands of the east, the trees twisted and lifeless. With her were Elric, Sir Emmerich, 2 rangers, and a young thief named Kale, whose hands were quicker than most men's thoughts. "Why bring him?" Emmerich grumbled. Elric replied, "Valemont was sealed after the last war. Traps. Curses. Doors not meant to be opened. Kale has opened every one I've shown him." Kale flashed a grin. "Besides, you'll need someone who can run when things go wrong." They crossed broken bridges, past sunken villages where only whispers remained. At night, they slept in shifts, warding their camp with fire and salt. On the 3rd day, they reached the edge of Valemont, a shattered city of marble and shadow, half swallowed by the earth. "Stay close," Seraphine ordered, halberd in hand. Inside, the city was silent. Statues wept blood, and carvings whispered prayers to forgotten gods. They descended into the cathedral beneath the city, through crumbled stone and cracked obsidian. At the heart of the ruin, beneath a moonlit skylight, stood the crucible star, suspended above a pedestal by chains of silver. Kale stepped forward. "Give me 10 minutes." But the moment he touched the first chain, shadows erupted from the walls. Figures, twisted vampire thralls, their flesh stitched with metal and bone, swarmed from the dark. "Defend the relic," Seraphine shouted. Emmerich and the rangers formed a shield wall as Elric read incantations from his book. Seraphine waded into the fray, her halberd cleaving through shadow flesh like sun through fog. Kale worked quickly, sweat pouring from his brow. With a final click, the last chain dropped, and the crucible star fell into his arms, glowing with radiant fire. "Run," he yelled. They fled through collapsing halls, the relic burning with holy light. As they emerged into moonlight, the shadows hissed and fell back. For now, they were safe. Seraphine looked down at the relic. It pulsed like a heartbeat. "Now we have a weapon." In the high council of the Howling Moon, Rurik stood atop the blood altar. "The ritual is complete," Ilva whispered. The primal ones stirred. A roar unlike anything mortal echoed from the caverns. The wolves had called upon their ancestors. And they had answered. Chapter 4, The Siege of Silver Reach. Silver Reach was the last great bastion before the capital. A fortress city built into the cliffs, its walls carved from enchanted stone and blessed by the old rites. It stood like a sentinel above the river of moon silver that wound through the mountains, a river sacred to both flame and fang. And now, it was under siege. Horn blasts shattered the dawn as the first wave of werewolves crested the ridge. Thousands of them, fur bristling, eyes gleaming with rage, charged across the open fields. Behind them came siege towers crafted from black wood and bones, dragged by hulking beasts bred for war. From the battlements, Seraphine stood tall, her halberd held high, the crucible star now mounted in a sconce atop the highest tower. The relic pulsed with light, creating a protective aura that slowed the enemy's advance. "They come for the flame," she said. "Let's make them bleed for it." Sir Emmerich barked orders to the archers. "Silver arrows. Light the pitch." Flaming projectiles rained down as the werewolf horde collided with the walls. The sound was deafening, howls, screams, and the clash of steel on claw. Elric stood at the inner circle, chanting incantations drawn from the Book of Ashen Lore. A shield of light rippled along the battlements as each word took root. Kale, for once, wasn't joking. He ran along the parapets, setting traps, cutting ropes, tossing firebombs into siege engines. "I liked it better when I was robbing graves," he muttered, ducking under a flying claw. Then came a sound that shook the very bones of the fortress. A howl, low, long, filled with an ancient fury. From the rear of the horde, the primal ones emerged. These were not ordinary werewolves. Towering 10 feet tall, their bodies rippled with unnatural muscle and old magic. Their eyes burned gold, and their fur shimmered with runes. Rurik led them, his axe carved from obsidian, his snarl curling with hatred. He pointed toward the crucible star. "Take it." The primal wolves surged forward, leaping over walls, tearing through stone like parchment. One landed near Seraphine with an earth-shaking thud. She faced it without fear. For the flame. Their clash shook the tower. Her halberd met its claws in a shower of sparks, divine energy flashing with each blow. The beast was strong, stronger than anything she'd fought. But the crucible's power surged through her, guiding her strikes. Meanwhile, inside the city, Elric's magic wavered. The old spell strained under the assault. "We're losing the wards," he shouted. "Then we hold them with blood and steel," Emmerich said grimly, rallying the knights. Just as the gates threatened to fall, a new sound pierced the chaos, a horn, low and melodic, echoing from the cliffs. From the east, dark wings filled the sky. The vampires had arrived. Lord Valar soared above the battlefield, his crimson cloak billowing behind him. Below, his night guard descended, elite vampires clad in black iron, blades forged from moon silver and obsidian. They struck the werewolves like shadows made flesh, silent, swift, brutal. "Too many," Lisa said beside him as she decapitated a primal with a single blow. "They brought their entire brood." "And we'll end it here," Valar replied. "For too long we've hidden. Tonight, we reclaim our dominion, or die." In the streets below, vampire and werewolf tore each other apart, the humans caught in the storm. But something changed. As the crucible star flared to life again, a pulse of radiant light burst across the battlefield. Vampires hissed, shielding their eyes. Werewolves staggered, howling in agony. Only Seraphine stood unaffected. She raised the relic. "Enough," her voice boomed. "Do you not see what you've become? Slaves to vengeance." A moment of silence passed. Then Rurik roared. "You speak of peace with those who hunted us for centuries? No. This ends with their extinction." He leapt toward the tower. But Valar intercepted him mid-air, their clash shaking the stones below. Fangs met fury. Claws met shadow. Rurik and Valar, leaders of ancient bloodlines, battled atop the burning tower while the crucible star pulsed between them. Around them, the city burned. The battle raged. The humans defended desperately, bloodied but not broken. And far away, in the catacombs beneath Ebonholt, something stirred. Malric, general of the eclipsed host, marched with a legion of revenants toward the heart of the kingdom. The true war had only just begun.